So I know I'm really late to this, and I'm sure most of you have seen it, but I needed a few days to process it before I talked about it. But like, what do you guys think? Like, I liked the remake, okay? I liked the second part of the remake, but I have never been in a franchise where I was like, you know what? By the time they get to the 7th movie, it's so golden. Like the first franchise I think of, which can be horror, some people say it's not, is Jaws. They just had to keep going, but it never got better. And then I started thinking about another franchise that got bad, and this is kind of reminding me of this. Like, if you have never watched the Friday the 13th franchise, I strongly encourage it. But after, like, the third one, you're just like, what the hell? And, like, especially in the title. So let's talk about the titles of these. So the first one you can't see, but it's just Friday the 13th. And then they just, Friday the 13th Part 2. Okay. Friday the 13th Part 3. All right, people are starting to be like, okay, this isn't great. Then they call the next one the final chapter, which makes sense because by the time you get to the 4th one, it's probably time to stop while you're ahead. And then after you have the final chapter, you have a new beginning, which really wasn't that great. And then not only do you have a new beginning, he lives. And then not only does he live, but he has new blood. And then what happens after he gets new blood? He takes Manhattan. But don't worry, we have the final Friday. But don't forget, after the final Friday, he goes to space. And then we got this, Freddy vs. Jason, where essentially they wanted to continue the franchise, but they ran out of ideas. Which this wasn't bad by any means, but I just think that Jason versus Michael Myers would have been the silent movie we didn't know we needed. But it wasn't bad. Not bad. But I just think that as far as this goes, we should probably just stop while we're ahead. Or otherwise the Scream Killer is going to somehow end up in outer space, and it's just not going to make any sense. Or they're going to turn it into a science fiction movie, which is also not going to make any sense. So, my thoughts of the day. So, you guys have a great rest of your week, and let me know if you're excited for this or if they should just kill it now.